Hello everyone, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in, let's create together. Thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send, and I appreciate you all so much. You're doing amazing things, so keep it up. I hope in these videos that we do together that they inspire your creativity. I know they inspire mine, so that we can all make and send even more cards. So let's go ahead and get to it. I want to let you know that I am actually pre-recording this video. I am heading down to see Mom and hang out with her for a few days, and so I appreciate your understanding. I know that you expect me to show up every Tuesday night at 7:30 Central Time and every Saturday night at 7:30 Central Time, and you guys show up, so I want to be here for you. And sometimes it's also important that I spend time with my mom, and so this is a good solution, right? It's almost as good as being live. I know that our YouTube community here has formed a lot of relationships in the comments, and that you've gotten to know each other and hang out together, so that's always fun. And of course we have our wonderful moderator Mary Nass dropping measurements and so forth in the comments. So while I do love being live with you, this is the next best option for us, right? So let's go ahead. Tonight we're going to make a fun fold card. Yay, so exciting. And oh gosh, do I have what I need? Oh yeah, I think I do. I think I can put it together here. Kind of scrambling today to get out of town. It's Monday and there are a lot of storms, so I have an upset dog, but we'll get there eventually. So let's go ahead and make a card. First I want to show you what we're going to make. So I'm going to switch to the desktop here. Oh gosh, reminder, I send out free project sheets that match up with some of my videos. I send 2 per month. Sometimes more. This month might be another extra one. In fact, I think this might be a good one to do a project sheet of. I would love to get your feedback on that. So if you are not currently subscribed to my free project sheets, you can do that by going to SueStampfield.com and clicking on subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's go down here. There we go. All right, there we go. Now we can see my hands. Okay, so we are going to do a card today. Let's see, what's this paper called? I want to say it's Florals in Bloom. So my team member, Sandy Rousey, sent me this card. And this was a while ago that she sent me this card. And I was like, oh, that looks hard. That looks overwhelming. And so I hadn't made it yet. Look how cute that is, right? This is with the Florals in Bloom suite from the annual catalog. And this is called an Easy Fan Fold card. Sandy did this with her class members, and she even sent me complete instructions with diagrams handwritten on how to make this card. So we're going to do it together. We're going to use a different designer paper, and let's learn it together. I do think this would be a good one to do a project sheet, but again, after we make it, you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. So let's grab our parts and pieces here, and Mary will be dropping the dimensions in the comments here. This one does, oh gosh, sorry, I'm dropping things. Okay, now this is Florals in Bloom. This one is also, is this one done with Florals in Bloom, or is this done with a different one? This is one that we did a project sheet on back, gosh, was that in May maybe? May or June. With this pretty paper. Yeah, I think this is the same paper pack. So anyway, we're going to use the Painterly Pears Designer Series paper for our version. Now, Painterly Pears I used for 2 of the cards in the most recent Crafternoon. Let me grab those in case you didn't see the Crafternoon folds yet. This is the horizontal quadruple Z fold card. They open like this. This horizontal design is similar to the vertical design we did back in June for Crafternoon. Now, Crafternoon is my monthly class. People who placed a $50 order in my online store got the supplies to make this with me in the video. That's $50 in Stampin' Up! Product before tax and shipping and after your rewards come off. And so they made that one. And then my team members, we had our direct team member this month, meeting this month. We do that quarterly. And they made this version, including the two-tone cardstock where they sanded that off. So I love this paper. So we're going to use these papers. By the way, all the details for these cards are on my SueStampField.com website. I've got a blog post with all of the cards from that. So let's make like this one. I got to show you my favorite one. My favorite horizontal Z fold is this one. I love fall, you guys. And doesn't it look like a wooden crate kind of with the Country Woods Designer Series paper? And this is the new Label Me Grateful bundle, which is just so cool. And it's not just for fall. You can also do, where's the other card? You can, it's got a flower in it as well. So that Label Me Grateful can be used for other cards as well. Anyway, so enough with the horizontal quadruple Z-fold card. All the details are on my website for that one. Let's make this card. So we're going to use this pattern from the Painterly Pears. This is a very bold pattern. I love those pink flowers poking out there. So I'm going to double down on the pink for our design. So let's see if we can figure out, let's bring Sandy's card in here. This is our end game, guys. So let's do it. Let's make this card. So this is the card base. It is standard here for us in the US. This is Secret C, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, as you do. And we're going to take a pencil, and a ruler. And these are fun. These are even Stampin' Up! Pencils. How about that? Fresh Freesia, I think this one is. And we're going to take our ruler and we're going to measure at 2.5 inches. And we're going to make a pencil mark right there. Now I am using actual pencil on this one because pencil does show up on dark paper like this. Okay, Susan, that was not... You're going to make it in the right spot. Come on now. I'm sorry, I do talk to myself when I craft. I hope you do that too. All right, you can see our pencil mark right there. That is visible to me, so awesome. So we're going to now make a cut based on that pencil mark. So let's bring in our paper trimmer here. And I'm going to open up the, what do we call that? The guide maybe? I don't know. I'm going to lay my pencil mark on the track right here. So here's the pencil mark. I'm lining it up with the slot part of that track. Boy, there's stuff in my track, you guys. What the heck? What the heck? Let's see. Let's. I use this thing so much. I think I've like chunks of paper stuck in here. Let's get that out of there. That's not going to make a nice clean cut, is it? Okay, there. Cleared the track. Excellent. All right, back to what we're doing. So we're going to take that pencil mark. Let me see if I can get it to shine again. And we're going to line that pencil mark up in the cutting track where the blade is going to go. So I want the pencil mark aligned at the top, and then I want the bottom point of the right bottom corner lined up in the track at the bottom. And we're going to make a diagonal cut. Okay, so just close that up and slice. All right. Now we want to keep this piece for another part of our card, but this gives us this piece. So I'm going to just show you what that looked like. This is our center score line right there, and we've cut off that section. We want to keep that for another part of the card. That is going to become this layer back here. All right, so we're going to set that aside. So keep. All right, so we've got our card base. Now we're going to take a piece of that pretty Designer Series paper, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our ruler, and we are going to make a pencil mark. I'm going totally off memory. That is so scary, you guys. Susan, look at your notes. Oh my gosh. Look at Sandy's amazing notes that she sent you, and follow along. Don't just go off of memory because your memory is not the greatest. All right, so we're going to take make another pencil mark, same spot, 2.5 inches. So I've got this 2.5 inch mark right here, and I'm going to make a pencil mark right at that 2.5 inch mark. Okay, I'm going to remove this. And we're going to bring in our paper trimmer. And I'm going to find my pencil mark. It's right on the leaf there. Can you see it if I hold it in the light? There it is. And we're going to go ahead and put that right into our paper trimmer here. Now, obviously on a lighter paper, this would show up a little bit better, but we're going to do the same thing. I'm just double checking it. I need to tilt it in the light so that I can see it. So I've got it lined up so that that pencil mark's in the top of the track, and the point on the lower right corner, right lower corner, bottom corner, is lined up in the track as well. And we're going to cut a diagonal piece right here. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at what that looks like after it's cut. So now we have these two pieces. Okay. This particular piece we don't need. You can use that for another card. It would be super cute to do to just decorate the inside of a card like that. You could, cut a front and reuse this piece somewhere else. But we don't need it for this card. So I'm going to put it in the don't need pile. This is the need pile. Don't need is over there. All right, so we've got this piece, and we're going to go ahead and attach that. All right. I did like X this one out, right? Let me put a little post-it on it saying, don't need, scrap. All right, so that is now going to be adhered onto the front of our card. See how it fits absolutely beautifully and perfect? Let's go ahead and grab, oh, where's my adhesive, you guys? Oh my gosh. All right, we play a little game here at Sue Stamp Field. When I lose something, which I do all the time because I am a messy crafter, and I will fill up any space you give me, is we play a little game. We say, when I find it again, and I have now found it, we all take a sip of our beverage. Let me know what's in your cup tonight. I have ice water in my cup here. All right, let's go ahead and put some adhesive on here and stick this on our card. And then we're going to go on to the next step. I was a little intimidated when I first saw this card, but it is actually quite easy to do. I'm going to open this up. It's just a little easier for me to get that nice even border that I want if it's on my lighter work surface and I can see the edges of the dark cardstock. All right. Excellent. So we've got our card is going together great so far. We have, let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's cut some more pieces. Where are they? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this 4 by 5 1/4 inch basic white piece on the inside of my card. This is going to show from the front, gives us a nice contrast and really makes that easy fan more prominent and pop out. It also gives us a place to write our message, write and stamp a message on the inside of the card. Okay, so now you can see, really can see that angle. Okay, so we've got that put together so far. Let's cut some more pieces. I'm going to slide that aside, turn Sandy's directions over here, and we're going to start with this piece of Designer Series paper. This piece measures, hope I've been giving you the measurements. I'm sure Mary is dropping them in the comments. All right, so this piece of Designer Series paper, it's the same pattern as the card base. So I want this one to be the same, and this is 1 1/4 by 5 inches. Now this one we're also going to diagonally cut, but this one is very easy. We don't need a pencil line at all. We're going to cut from the upper left corner down to the bottom right corner, or you could think of it as the upper left point down to the bottom right point. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it in my paper trimmer. Again, I'm lining those tracks up on the, I'm lining up the points on the track. I got my words backwards today. Oh my goodness. All right, and then we're going to pop that down and just cut that. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this right here. You can see those two pieces. Again, we are going to discard one of these. We only need one of them. We are going to discard the one on the left That's going to go off in my discard pile to be used on a different card. We are going to save this piece. So I'm going to slide that over in my save pile there. And then we're going to take a piece of cardstock. Again, this cardstock is the same color as the card base. And we're going to cut this one. This piece measures 1.5 by 5.5. We're going to do that same easy diagonal cut. We're going to cut from the upper left corner to the bottom right corner. So again, I'm going to line those points up in my track right here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut. Now, if you get a little bit off, if it slides on you a little bit, it seems to be pretty forgiving. I haven't had a problem. It's easy to kind of hide that when you put assemble them together. Oh, drop the trimmer on the floor. It's all good. It's all good, guys. We got this. Okay, so I've got my my two pieces diagonally cut there, and we're going to discard the bottom left one again, same as we did on this piece. We discarded the one on the left side. I'm going to discard the one on the left side, and I'm going to keep this piece. Okay? You can probably see those two are going to be layering together. So we're going to put that off in our keep pile over here. And what is next? I think this is the last one. So this piece is a different pattern, a pattern that will complement the colors. I'm doubling down on pink because I'm in a pink mode these days. So we're going to cut this one. This is 2.25 by 4 3/4. And we're going to cut this piece diagonally, once again, same as we did in last one, from the upper left to the bottom right. So let's grab our paper trimmer one more time. Same. We're going to line up the points in the track. Upper left point is there, bottom right point is there. Close that up and slice that. Okay, so let's look at what that gives us. That gives us these two pieces, and once again we are discarding the lower left piece. All right, all of the discards were the left piece, with the exception of this chunk of designer paper that we discarded. It was actually the right. All the others were the left. So we're going to slide that over into our keep pile. Okay, and we are now ready to put our card together. So we are going to stick these two pieces together, and we're going to stick these two pieces together, and together those will form the fan. Okay, hopefully you're following along with me so far. This side is so pretty on this, but it would totally overwhelm this card. It would be too busy. But you could use this pattern for the main part. That would be kind of fun. So you can see this piece perfectly fits on this discarded triangle. Oh, come on, Sue. Come on, let's get her straight here. This triangle from the front part of the card. All right, so that one's on there, and then we're going to go ahead and stick this one on there, on the other piece. These two go together. A little bit down at the bottom, just a little dibble-dab. All right, and we're going to go ahead, and edges are a little bit rough. Might need to sand those off. It's time for me to change my blade and my trimmer, I can tell. When you start getting that kind of fuzzy pieces on the edge. Okay, so we've got that stuck on there. This one, oh, this one's stuck on here. So this one goes on the bottom, and we're going to adhere it here. Now you can see mine was not exactly perfect. I think this piece I was maybe a teeny bit off on, but it's not going to matter when we get our card all put together. When I stick this on, I do want to make sure that my points don't extend beyond the edge of the card. All right, this one's going to go on the bottom, and it should just perfectly fit with that point in the lower left corner, and this on here. Now, I don't want to put adhesive on the whole thing, or I'm going to glue my card shut. So I can only put adhesive in this lower section. All right, so adhesive goes down there. So let's flip this over, And I'm going to just err on the side of safety and only put it in this lower part. So I just kind of added a V of adhesive in the lower, let's say 2/3 of that piece. And then we were right in the corner. And let's just make sure I'm not sticking out anywhere, either down there or up here. And I'm going to stick that on. Okay. All right, and now this piece goes on top right here. And that is going to actually go up a bit. You could do it flush, but you're actually going to slide it up like that. It gives it more of a, looks like a paper airplane to me, right? The other option would be doing it flush. So either one would work. I'm going to do it raised up. So again, I don't want any adhesive in that very upper portion, just in the lower portion. This one I can do the lower 3/4 of it, but again, I'll err on the side of safety and and do even less than that. All right. And let's go ahead and, so this one, it's not in the bottom corner. It's really at the bottom point of that designer paper. So I'm just going to line up those points and then line up this up here and then give that a press. And there we have the easy fan fold card. Hopefully that you were able to follow along and that makes sense. If you would like a project sheet of this project, let me know in the comments. So we've got this. Let's just finish our card here. I am using, of course, the Perfectly Pears bundle to decorate this card. And this is the Painterly Pears Designer Series paper. We're also going to use some of the embellishments from this suite, which is, they're called Low Profile Sparkle Dots. And this time I'm going to put my embellishments where Sandy put hers. But I'll show you my original trial run where I put them in a different spot. So I have this label. I went ahead and pre-die cut this label just from a scrap of white. I used there's a short one and there's a long one. I'm going to make this one a longer, I need a longer word, so I'm going to use that longer one. If you were just going to do hello, you could totally do the shorter one. I want this beautiful designer paper to be the majority of this card, so I'm just going to add a simple greeting on this and keep it easy. I have adhesive on my desk, you guys. Oh my gosh, first world problems, I know, but happens a lot around here. Okay, everything's sticking to it. All right, so we got that off. Let's grab our thank you. Oh gosh, I totally put it on the block crooked. All right, that's okay. It's see-through, so I should be able to correct that. If not, we'll be stamping it again, won't we? I'm going to do it in Secret Sea ink here. And let's see. I'm sorry, you're going to see my head because I want to get it on here straight. And this one just barely fits. Did I get that in the middle? I don't know if I did. Oh yeah, that's pretty middle-ish. All right, so we've got our thank you right there. And again, that was cut from, now if you have trouble getting it on here, the other thing you can do is you can actually cut, stamp first and then cut out the label, whatever works for you, okay? So let's take that and we're gonna pop that right on our card. Now you can overlap the Easy Fan slightly, or you can, put it down farther below. You might want to look at what you like in the paper that you don't want to cover up and go accordingly. I kind of like this pear right here, so I'm going to slide it maybe a little bit over the fan like that. I'm going to pop that up with some mini dimensionals. Now you could do this with so many different Designer Series papers, and if you're like me, you have a lot of Designer Series papers that really make the cards quick and easy because they do the sort of the heavy lifting, and then we use the stamps and things to do our fun decorating. All right, is that straight, you guys? Oops, I think that's on there straight. Okay. So I've got my little thank you, just keep it simple, right? Let this pretty pattern be the bulk of the card. We're going to bring in those low profile sparkle dots, which come in multiple colors. Now I could double down on the yellow in here. I could double down in the green. I'm actually going to go with the Secret Sea embellishments because I'm all matchy-matchy. So we're going to put over here, just like Sandy did, we're going to put a big one and a small one right here. Right here, how's that look? And then we'll put another small one on the other side just to kind of balance it out here a little bit. Right there. Thank you. And then it opens up like that. And then on the inside of our card, let's add a little something something. So what I love about this Painterly Pears Designer Series paper is the fact that you can die cut right out of the paper. There's a pattern in there that you can die cut the flowers, the stem, the big pear, the small pears, all the things, which is great. So, you know, you have options here. The big pear is, I think, a little bit bigger than I want to do on the inside. You certainly could, though. Depends how much room you want left for a greeting and writing and all of that, but that would fit. The flowers would just be a nice little something something you could add in the corner, or you could even put them over here just so they stand out a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go with these cute little double pears. I just like them. I'm gonna go with those. So those were cut out with this die. Again, these dies cut out the paper, so this cuts out the big pear, the stem, the flowers. You could even cut one of our waffle fries to put in there, right? So there's the die that was cut out with, and let's pop that inside our card here. And I feel like I would love to add a sentiment in here just for fun. I feel like it'd be nice to have a sentiment in there. So I've got thank you on the front. I like how Sandy said, I appreciate you. Let me see what I can grab, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. I think this is the same one that Sandy used. Impressions of Bloom is the name of this set. And I'm going to put I appreciate you right up there. I love the fonts on these greetings in here and all these fun flowers. I'm all about the flowers, you guys. You know that. All right. These floral cards are so versatile. They they work with so many different occasions, right? All right. So we're going to go ahead, and I just want to make sure that this is a longer greeting. So I want to make sure it's not going to show from the front. So I'm going to put it right about there. Okay, let's grab our secret C here. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and stamp I appreciate you right inside there. And there's still room to then write a little note. Or, of course, you can always add in a piece of paper. Or you can skip the stamping and write your greeting, but you're going to want to angle it so that you can kind of follow along like that, which is kind of fun, actually. Adds to the pizzazz. So this one, I did the embellishments on the inside there, so they are very, very prominent. This first version that I did, I actually put the embellishments on here, so they barely show. They just add this fun glimmery sparkle to the card. And then, of course, here is Sandy's original version. So let me know what you think of this card. I'm going to bring in this fold. Oopsie, that's the wrong one. Uh-oh. Where's my... you guys, I lost my measurements. Okay, found it. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Huge thank you to Sandy Rousey for sending me the written out instructions for this card so that I didn't get intimidated and scared by it. And if you would like me to do that for you by doing a free project sheet for this one, just let me know. All right, so we've got that. Oh, there we go. Take your screenshot, everyone, for our easy fan fold. And let me know in the comments, what other papers do you think? I mean, gosh, you could do, wouldn't it be fun to do it with this paper combo too? Like this could be the background part there and that could be the front. I mean, that would be gorgeous. Like so many options, right? I was thinking this would be really cute in a Halloween card with the new Spooky Sweet suite of products. Spooky Sweets as in SWEET and sweet as in SUITE. I just thought that that would be adorable. You could put the little bear that is a fairy princess on the front there. Yeah, anyway, I just think that would be super cute. So I might have to make that one in a future video. So there is our card. I am going to flip the camera so that I can say goodbye. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here tonight. And it was fun to do that with you, make that card. And I'm looking forward to seeing you Saturday night. I will be actually live on Saturday night at 7:30 Central Time. Hope you can tune in. And again, if you want to subscribe to my free project sheets, you can do so at suestanfield.com. Click on subscribe. And while you're over there, you can check out the blog post with the new horizontal quadruple Z-fold cards that is now up and available. Thank you. Thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send. So thanks for all that you do, and thanks for inspiring me every day to do what I do. Take care, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll hopefully see you Saturday. Bye-bye.